So the next article for today, which we will be seeing, is the seventh article. The seventh article says that there was one mobile app which was launched recently under one scheme. And the name of the scheme is Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Okay. Uh, for what purpose this particular scheme was developed is, the scheme was developed, or this particular app was developed for reporting of fish diseases. Okay, both marine fishes, might as well inland or freshwater fishes. Okay, if there's any fish disease, that disease can be reported on this newly launched mobile app. Okay, before that we need to have some basic idea about this Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Okay, so recently Government of India has allocated 20,000 crore rupee package for this particular scheme alone, out of which 11,000 crore will go for marine and inland fisheries or aquaculture development. Okay, and 9,000 crores will go for infrastructure development, building fish harbors, cold storage, might as well market access for all those fishes which are, harvested from marine or any other inland sources. So please go through this particular document which is given in your document, this particular scheme which is given in your document. Okay, so the mobile app was developed under Matsya Sampada Yojana, as I told you already. So for the sake of reporting fish diseases. Okay, so the aim of this particular app is to allow aqua farmers to report disease cases in fin fishes or shrimps or mollusks. So if there's any disease which an aqua farmer comes across, he can report that particular disease in this newly launched mobile app. Okay, so which is the ministry behind the development of this particular app or the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana is, there is one ministry of union ministry called as Union Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Okay, then the name of the app is Matsya Setu app. The name of the app is Matsya Setu app. Okay, and who developed this app? Who developed this app is Indian Council of Agricultural Research, and there is one body under this Indian Council of Agricultural Research. The name of the body is Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture. Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture and National Fisheries Development Board and National Fisheries Development Board. So these bodies came together to develop this particular app. Here there are some factual data given of what is the India's contribution to global fisheries protection, might as well fishery sector contribution to gross value addition in India. Okay, please go through it. Here this particular scheme is given in detail. What is this Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana? It is a flagship scheme which focuses on sustainable development of fisheries as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Atmanirbhar Bharat means self-reliant India or self-sustaining India. Okay, so what this particular scheme does is it takes up a cluster-based approach, meaning they take coastal states. In the coastal states, they make it as a cluster, which in a way will try to bring in revolution in this particular fisheries sector. We call it as blue revolution. Okay, we call it as blue revolution. The development, the growth of fisheries and its sector, the cold storage, the infrastructure, everything, we call it as revolution. Okay, what are the objectives of this particular scheme? Is the objective of this particular scheme is to enhance fish protection, increase fisheries exports, so that there will be some sort of forex reserves earned by the government. Might as well it can double the income of those farmers who are involved in fish cultivation. Might as well reduce the post harvest losses. I told you there is one infrastructure component which has 9,000 crores, so it will reduce post harvest losses. Might as well generate employment opportunities for the Indian youths. The ministry, the nodal ministries, as I told you earlier, it is Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, a total investment of 20,000 crore for a period of 5 years, for a tenure of 5 years. Please keep in mind. So this is both a central sector scheme, might as well a centrally sponsored scheme. In your previous lecture or the current affairs for the month of June 2023, I told you there is a difference between a central sector scheme and a centrally sponsored scheme. Please get to know the difference. and also write down in the comment section. So there is a few factual data given about Indian fisheries sector. It is the third largest fish producer. India is the third largest fish producer in the world, might as well second largest aquaculture producer. Okay, this particular fisheries sector is also called as the sunrise sector. Okay, so what all other sectors come in this sunrise sector, please write down in the comment section. So now with that, we will be moving on to the next article of the day called as Sagar Sampark. Okay, so recently the Union Ministry of Ports and Shipping and Waterways inaugurated an differential global navigation satellite system. We all have GPS and GLONASS. Okay, we all have GPS, no? Might as well we have something called as GLONASS, which is a Russian technology. This GPS is an American technology, and this GLONASS is a Russian technology. So recently, this Union Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways came up with this differential GLONASS called as Sagar Sampark. This is what in news. So what is this Sagar Sampark and how is it going to help the fishermen of the country? We will be seeing right now. Okay. So Sagar Sampark is an indigenous global navigation satellite system. Indigenous differential. What is this differential? Okay. So this differential global navigation satellite system is a terrestrial based enhancement system. Usually there is an error of up to 5 to 10 percentage. To reduce that particular error of 5 to 10 percentage and reduce to 5 percentage level, this differential global navigation satellite system called as Sagar Sampark is being developed by your Ministry of Ports. Okay, so how will it help our fishermen? It will tell them or it will give them all those data about the nearby lighthouses. Might as well they'll tell about the terrain of the ocean and all other related data. Okay, so it is now able to transmit corrections of GPS and GLONASS. We might be enabled with GPS technology or GLONASS technology, and this particular Sagar Sampark will help us to transmit corrections in this particular sector. Okay, so GLONASS is a differential global navigation satellite system to strengthen our maritime sector. So what are the significance of this Sagar Sampark is they will be installed at 6 locations and will assist the Director General of Lighthouses and Lightships. So under the Ministry of Ports, G or Director General of Lighthouses and Lightships, and this particular 6 Sagar Samparks which are located at 6 different locations will help or will assist this Director General. Okay, so it will provide accurate information to the ships for be it a cargo ship or be it a fishing vessel for their safe navigation, and it will also reduce the risk of collisions, groundings, might as well accidents in the ports and harbor areas. Okay, so these are all the envisaged purpose of your Sagar Sampark. So this will also lead to safe and efficient movement of the vessels in the Indian waters. Okay, as I told you already, there is a error correction accuracy. Previously there was a 5 to 10 meters 5 to 10 meters of error in the GPS might as well GLONASS system, and this particular Sagar Sampark is to correct that particular error to below 5 meters for approximately a distance of 100 nautical miles. So the distances in the waters or in the seas or in oceans, we call it in terms of nautical miles and not in miles or kilometers. Okay, so the distances in the oceans are measured in terms of nautical miles. So how much distance is 1 nautical mile? Please write down in your comments section. Okay, so there is one information about this GLONASS technology, which is a Russian technology. Okay, which is also a kind of a GPS technology. It is a global navigation satellite system for which is developed by Russia and consists of a total of 24 satellites. Okay, in 3 constellations of 8 each. Okay, so totally this particular navigation system consists of 24 satellites in 3 different orbits and in 3 different positions. So each constellation consisting of 8 satellites which will enable the navigation system. So initially this particular system was developed in 1976 or started in 1976, and the first satellite of GLONASS system was launched into the orbit in the year 1982. So why did Russia develop this particular navigation system? Is Russia wanted to support its defense sector. For that reason, in 1976, it actually planned this particular satellite constellation, and the first satellite was launched in the year 1982, and it later became fully operational in the year 1995. Okay, it later became fully operational in the year 1995. With that, this particular article comes to an end, and we will be moving to the ninth article of the day, called as Atal Vayo Abhyudaya Yojana. The name of the article is Atal Vayo Abhyudaya Yojana. So recently, the Ministry of State, there is one ministry called as Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So in that ministry, there is one MOS, and he has informed the Lok Sabha about this particular scheme called as Atal Vayo Abhyudaya Yojana. Okay. So there are a number of components of this particular scheme we will be seeing. First point, it is a central sector scheme. Okay, it is a central sector scheme, meaning complete funding for this particular scheme is coming from the union government only. Okay, so formally or previously this particular scheme was known as National Action Plan for the Senior Citizens. So this explains you what this particular scheme or article is about. This particular scheme is to provide welfare measures for the senior citizens. So the vision of this scheme is to create a society where senior citizens will live happily or healthy lifestyle, might as well an empowered life. Okay, as I told you already, it has a multiple components, but two components or two major components we will be seeing right now. The first component is the integrated program for senior citizens. This is the first component. The name of the component is integrated program for senior citizens, and the second component is state action plan for senior citizens. Okay, so what this particular integrated program for senior citizens and state action plan for senior citizens is, we will be seeing right now. So this integrated program for senior citizens, what they do is they will set up old age homes. Okay, they will set up old age homes to improve the quality of life of senior citizens, especially this indigent senior citizens for with their basic amenities. Okay, for this indigent is those senior citizens who does not have any sort of support, an orphan like senior citizens. This particular integrated scheme is envisaged to provide them homes. Okay, this state action plan for senior citizens, empowers each state and union territories to come up with its own action plan for the welfare of senior citizens. Okay, so what this particular scheme does under this integrated scheme for integrated program for senior citizens is, they will provide some sort of financial assistance for NGOs and voluntary organizations for running and maintenance of old age homes or care homes, providing financial assistance for NGOs or voluntary organizations. So please go through this particular image which is given in your document, and further the content about this particular image is also given below. So 5 schemes, this particular Vayo Abhyudaya Yojana has 5 another schemes which are part and parcel of it. So first scheme is Poshan Abhiyan, to give healthy nutrition for the old age people. Second scheme is Livelihood and Skilling Initiative for senior citizens, so that even the senior citizens can be productive beyond their 60 age. They also can contribute to the development of the nation. So the third scheme is Scheme for Promoting Silver Economy. So what is this silver economy will be one question which will come to your mind. So this silver economy is, so all those devices which are needed for the survival of old age population, people who are living beyond 60 years of age, and all those services which are needed for them, if at all that can be made into one sector, that particular sector is called as silver economy or silver sector. Okay, might as well this particular scheme does awareness generation and capacity building for the welfare of senior citizens. Might as well they channelize the corporate social responsibility funds for elderly care. So all these are part and parcel of this particular scheme which we are seeing. As I told you already, there is one nodal agency which is your Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So the aim of this particular scheme is to improve the quality of life of senior citizens by providing them few basic amenities. What are the basic amenities? We need a shelter, we need a house, right? We need house, we need food, we need clothing, we need old age people need medical care, might as well entertainment opportunities. These are the aim of this particular scheme. Okay, I told you there are a number of components or sub components of the scheme. Please go through this particular document. So the first sub component is, there is this integrated, we have seen it already, integrated program for senior citizens. Second component, again we have seen it already, state action plan for senior citizens. So look at this third component, which is called as Rashtriya Vayoshri Yojana. Fourth component, which is called as senior able citizens for re-employment in dignity. The name of the scheme is called as Sacred. Okay, so see, look at this fifth component, action groups at social reconstruction. And sixth and seventh component, eighth, ninth component. Please go through this particular document, which will tell you this, that this is one particular scheme, which is an umbrella scheme, which has all these components as sub components under it. Okay, here there are a few statistics provided. We all know the last census in our country was conducted in the year 2011 only. Sorry, 2011 only. After that, we are yet to conduct a new census. For the year 2021, a new census is yet to come. So according to that particular census, there was a total of 121 crore population in our country, and there is also a projection of 152.20 crore population in India by the year 2036. So who says this particular data, sir? So that question comes to your mind, right? So there is one technical group called as Technical Group on Population Projections. There is one organization or one grouping called as Technical Group on Population Projections under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Okay, so this particular technical group has come up with this particular data. Okay, so as of 2011, we have a total of 10.38 crore old age people in our country, and that people and that old age population is believed to rise in the future, and definitely by the year of 2036. So with that, this particular article comes to an end, and we will be moving on to our next article, or the 10th article for the day, which is called as the Prime Minister has been recently conferred with one another honor called as Grand Cross of the Legion of Honor. Okay, the name of the honor is Grand Cross of the Legion of Honor. Okay, so who gave it, and what are the criteria on which this particular honor can be given, which country gave it, that particular, all these data we will be seeing right now. Okay, so recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been conferred with this particular honor, and it is the France government's or the French country's highest civilian and military honor. Okay, it is the highest civilian and military honor. There are 5 categories or 5 layers of awards issued by the government of France, and this is the topmost honor which the French government can give to any individual. Okay, so for the first time, this particular Grand Cross of the Legion honor was established by Napoleon Bonaparte, the then ruler of France, in the year 1802. Okay, Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte, after the French Revolution in the year 1799, he will become the Consul of France, and later he will declare himself as the Emperor of France. Okay, so in the year 1802, it was first started. So there is a 5 categories. No, as I told you, there are a total of 5 categories from lower to higher, and that 5 categories or classes is mentioned here. The lowest is called the Knight category, and above it officer, and above it commander, grand officer, and the highest is called the Grand Cross of the Legion, and that is the honor which was given to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Okay, so making him the first Indian. So Prime Minister Modi is the first Indian to receive such an prestigious honor. So the purpose of giving this honor is to credit the outstanding person, a person with an outstanding merit which he has acquired in the service of the nation, either in the civilian capacity or in military capacity. Okay, so this particular award is actually restricted to French nationals only, but foreigners can also be issued this award. That is how Indian Prime Minister has got this award. if they have rendered extraordinary services in culture and economy. I told you France is one country which has a very good relationship with India, and please know that France is also one country which is part of this P5 grouping of your United Nations Security Council. And whatever resolution India brings in your United Nations Security Council, France supports that particular resolution. So this particular honor is being given by France for the Prime Minister of our country, Narendra Modi. With that, we will come to our next article, or the 11th article for the day, which tells that uh, 15th edition of one bilateral exercise. The name of the exercise is called as nomadic elephant. The name of the exercise is called nomadic elephant. Between whom? Between India and one another country called as Mongolia. Okay. So about that particular military exercise we will be seeing right now. So Indian Army contingent consisting of a total of 43 army persons uh, went to Mongolia to participate in this 15th edition. Okay, this is the 15th edition of this particular exercise, a bilateral joint military exercise. This is okay. The name of the exercise is nomadic elephant. So when was it conducted? It was conducted between 17th to 31st July 2023 for a period of totally 14 days. Okay. Uh, so in your June month 2023, we saw one another military exercise between, it was a multilateral exercise between India and Mongolia. The name of the exercise is Khan Quest. So that is why I keep time and again saying you that please go through the previous month's lecture and come to this month's lecture, so you will have some sort of a basic idea of what happened in our previous lectures. Okay. So with that information, this article comes to an end, and we'll be looking at the 12th article for the day, and it is about this project Cheetah. Okay, project Cheetah implementation. So before that, I will tell you some basic idea about this cheetah. This cheetah is one big cat. It is one animal which became extinct from India in 1952 itself. Okay, extinct, if I mean that the last cheetah which was available in our country, it passed away in the year 1952 itself. So from then on, there was no cheetah in our country. So recently, the government of India has decided to revive this cheetah population within the country. So they had an agreement with two African nations. One is South Africa and the other is Namibia. So from these two nations, we decided to translocate cheetahs from their continent to our continent at one particular national park. The name of the national park we will be seeing right now. Okay. So cheetah reintroduction project was first commenced during September 17th. Okay. September 17th, 2022. Okay, September 17th, 2022, with the objective of restoring cheetah population. As I told you, we have to restore it. Why? Because it has already got extinct in the year 1952 itself. Okay, from where? From two countries. As I have already told you, the two countries are South Africa and Namibia. And where are we going to translocate it? We are going to translocate in the Indian state of Madhya Pradesh. There is one national park called as Kuno Palpur National Park. The name of the national park is Kuno Palpur National Park. So here we are trying to relocate those cheetahs which we are bringing from African continent, two countries, South Africa and Namibia. So total of 20 cheetahs. Okay, a total of 20 cheetahs were translocated, out of which 12 came from South Africa and 8 came from Namibia. Okay. So in March 2023, there was one another development in this process where India announced 4 new cubs which were born to one of the cheetah. Okay. So recently there were some issues. The cheetahs started dying one after the other, and there were a number of reasons cited for it. People cited that there was one radio collar which was attached to the neck of the cheetahs, and that is the reason for its death. Okay. So first, the cheetahs, what happened is, after coming from Namibia and South Africa, they underwent a quarantine period. Okay, we know what a quarantine is. So they were kept in isolation, and after that they were shifted to your Kuno Palpur National Park. Okay. So currently only there are 11 cheetahs in free ranging conditions, meaning freely roaming in your Kuno Palpur National Park, and 5 another cheetahs are in quarantine situation. Okay, so there is one another data recently. 8 cheetahs were believed to have been died in your Kuno Palpur National Park, and there are a number of systems which are undertaken by the State Forest Department of your Madhya Pradesh government, Government of India, might as well Wildlife Institute of India, to take care of all these cheetahs which were translocated from your African continent. Okay, so the preliminary analysis of this particular body called as National Tiger Conservation Authority, which was established in the year 2005. So what they told us, the death, the reason or the cause for the death was natural, and it had nothing to do with those radio collars which were attached to your uh, cheetah's neck. Okay, so please go through this particular images which will give you an insight about this particular program. Okay, so this particular project in India is implemented by this National Tiger Conservation Authority. So please get to know tiger, cheetahs are all big cats. So what all big cats we know? There are a total of 7 big cats. Please write out in the comment section. Few is your lion, tiger, leopard, snow leopard, cheetah, jaguar, cougar. These are few of the big tigers which are there in the world, and cheetah is one tiger which is already extincted from India. Okay, so the challenge in this project is we have to keep continuously monitoring those cheetahs which were translocated. Might as well we have to make sure we protect it, might as well manage those reintroduced cheetahs. Okay, and for that reason, what efforts do we take, what efforts the government is taken is what is given. Okay, so there is a consultation with international cheetah experts. All those experts internationally are brought in for this particular consultation. Veterinary doctors also from South Africa and Namibia are also investigating the cause of this particular cheetah death. Okay, and independent national experts are also reviving, might as well monitoring protocols, the protection status of all these cheetahs, and giving some sort of inputs so that they are giving training and capacity building of the officials. Okay, uh, so there are also a number of efforts underway to establish this cheetah conservation research center. Okay, might as well. So first thing they are trying to do is they are trying to establish a cheetah conservation research center. Might as well expand the forest areas of Kuno Palpur National Park and provide an additional frontline staff, a dedicated staff, might as well cheetah protection force. All of these people are together trying to work. All of these mechanisms, the objective or the main agenda is to protect those cheetah population which were reintroduced from your African continent. Okay, so here there is a data, few data given. Please go through it. So the IUCN status of cheetah is in vulnerable category. Please get to know what this IUCN status is. IUCN status is, might as well please get to know what this sites appendices are. Okay, what the sites appendices are. These two things. With that, this particular article comes to an end, and we will be moving towards the 13th article of the day called as the PM Mitra scheme. The name of the article is PM Mitra, and it is a government scheme. Okay, so recently Prime Minister Modi actually appreciated the launch of or the inauguration of two schemes called as two PM Mitras. The name of the scheme is Mega Mega Integrated Textile Regions and Apparels Scheme. Okay, the name of the scheme is Mega Integrated Textile Regions and Apparel Scheme. So what this scheme is about is the government of India under the Ministry of Textiles is planning to launch 7 mega textile park, so that Prime Minister's vision of 5F, there is this Prime Minister's vision of 5F, which means cotton which are grown in farm to fiber, and fiber it will be moved to factory, and from factory it will be made as a fashion, meaning it will be made as a dress, and from fashion it can be exported to foreign countries. Okay, so this is one vision of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and this particular PM Mitra Textile Park can help in making India as one of the global leaders in this textiles or technical textiles sector. Okay, so there is a few data given in it. As I told you already, there are seven textile parks which are envisaged as a part of this scheme. A total outlay of 4,400 plus crores is being sanctioned for a period of 5 years for this particular scheme. And PM's 5F vision I have already told you. Okay, so who will be the implementing agency for this particular scheme is there will be special purpose vehicles. So what is a special purpose vehicle is, so it is a dedicated body or an organization which will have representatives from both central and state government, which will make sure that the funding for this project and implementation for this project is carried out in a time bound manner. Okay, so there are a few core infrastructures which are planned to be developed in this PM Mitra parks. Might as well support infrastructure, all facilitating the manufacture of textiles. Okay, so where all these seven PM Mitra textile parks are going to come is point number one. Seven states in total. Okay, in South India, three states of Tamil Nadu, Telangana and Karnataka. These are the three states in South India, and in the North India, a total of four states. They are UP, MP, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. These four states and plus three southern Indian states will have this 7 PM Mitra textile parks. Okay, so it will offer, this particular scheme will offer an opportunity to create an integrated textile value chain. Okay, integrated textile value chain, right from spinning, weaving, processing, dyeing, and printing of garments. So the entire value chain of manufacturing, all of those different stages will be provided. The infrastructure for all those different stages to manufacture a textile will be provided in this parks. For that reason, a special purpose vehicle, as I have told you already, which has a representative from both in, state and central government, which is also owned by both central and state government, will be set up. So this particular scheme comes under which ministry? I have told you already. It comes under the Ministry of Textiles. Okay. Uh, this particular ministry will also be giving a 500 crore per park. Okay, in the form of capital support. Capital support is that one primary investment you needed for any scheme. Might as well a competitive investment support scheme of up to 300 crore per park shall be provided, for promoting competition between different parks. Might as well state governments will provide an area of minimum 1,000 acres of land. Okay, 1,000 acres of land for the development of this particular textile parks. Okay, as I've told you already, there are a total of 7 states in the list in which this PM Mitra scheme will be implemented. Okay, this 5F vision of our Prime Minister Modi also I have already told you. Please go through the document. Okay, with that we will be coming to the next article, which is Export Preparedness Index for states, which is released by this particular organization called as Niti Aayog, and for which year? For the year 2022, and it was released in July 17, 2023. So, and that is why this particular article is part of our current affairs for this month. Okay, so this is the third edition. The third edition of our Export Preparedness Index for states and union territories was released recently by Niti Aayog. So, what this Export Preparedness Index is? See, how are the states ready for facilitating export? What are all the policies in place, and how these policies are implemented by various states? So that particular, indicator is being assessed by this organization called as Niti Aayog, based on various indicators. It is a comprehensive tool that will assess the export preparedness of various states and union territories. Okay, why? Because exports are crucial for any country, for the growth and development or the economic development of any country. Okay, So it conducts an analysis, a comprehensive analysis of states and union territories in export related parameters. Okay, this particular index, it is actually a evolving process. It is not like an online tool. It is based on the stakeholder feedback, meaning there is government, there is industries, there is one transport sector which transports the manufactured goods from the manufacturing hub to the export centers, which are the ports, maybe inland or marine or seaport or airport or any port. So all these stakeholders are given feedback, and based on this feedback, an index is made, and that index is called as your export preparedness index, and that index ranks states. Okay, that index ranks states, and Gujarat has topped the list, followed by Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Please keep that in mind. And Andhra Pradesh has achieved sixth position in the Niti Ayog's export preparedness index. So please keep that in mind for exam perspective. There are another key findings of this index. So there are different categories. Okay, in the coastal states category, Tamil Nadu has ranked first. Might as well in the Himalayan states. Himalayan states are those states where your Himalayan mountain ranges run. Okay, from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh, and in that states, Uttarakhand has ranked first. In landlocked region, Haryana state has ranked first with the overall score of 63.65, and in Union Territories, Goa has ranked first. So what is the significance of coming up with this export preparedness indexes? It assesses the performance of every state. Might as well it will help states in develop better policies so that states can facilitate export. Okay, so the objective of the state is uh, this particular the objective of this index is this index will highlight the achievements as well as best practices of every state. Okay, might as well foster the spirit of competitive federalism, meaning one state can compete with another state. Gujarat can compete with Maharashtra, and they both can compete with Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so it will in a way foster competition among the states. Might as well this particular index will enhance the cooperation between the center and the states. Okay, between the center and the states. Okay, so this particular index works on four pillars, and the four pillars are given here. One is policy pillar, second one is business ecosystem, third one is export ecosystem, and the fourth one is export performance. So policy pillar is what is the policy which the state government has adopted and how it is being implemented. This is one pillar. Second pillar is business ecosystem. What all facilities are being given for those people who are doing manufacturing. For example, power, water, land, logistics, and is are they provided with transport connectivity? All those are taken care under this business ecosystem category. Okay, so the third category is this export ecosystem. What all facilities are available? Is there an export promotion council? Are there any special economic zones? Is there any customs facilitation, or is there any innovation or research and development hub? All these are taken care under your export ecosystem. And the fourth criteria is this export performance. Okay, year on year, is there any export growth of various states? Is there any diversification of products or commodities which you are exporting from your state to various countries? And is what is the competitiveness of your state with other countries? All these come under your fourth category. And this particular report, as I said earlier, it was released in 17th July. Who released it? The vice chairman of Niti Ayog released it. Okay, so coming up with the next article, the next article or the 16th article is Tankai method. The name of the article is Tankai method. So what is this method is? As of now, India is one of the leading country which is trying to become a global leader in shipbuilding industry. Okay, in the coast of Mumbai, in Goa, we have a number of shipbuilding companies. Okay, so this particular method is an age old, an ancient Indian shipbuilding technique. Okay, so recently the Ministry of Culture and the Indian Navy have signed an MOU, have signed a memorandum of understanding to revive this ancient shipbuilding method where the wooden blocks were actually stitched with each other. Okay, as of now, wooden blocks are actually nailed between there are screws between two blocks, but ancient times it was actually stitched between each other. Okay, This particular method is called as Tankai method. So we'll have one, a very quick understanding of what this particular method is. As I said earlier, it is an ancient shipbuilding technique that involves stitching wooden planks. Okay, that involves stitching wooden planks together to construct a ship. Okay, so it will this method is it will be a more flexible method. How? Because when a ship is outdated, this particular stitching can be removed, and that wooden blocks can be used for the construction of some other ships or vessel. So in a way it is sustainable also, in a way it is flexible also, so making them less susceptible for damage from shoals and sandbar attack. Shoals are these group of ships which travel from one region to other region in waters, might as well sandbars. Okay, so it is a 2000-year old shipbuilding technique. Please keep in mind it is a 2000 old shipbuilding technique, and the significance of it is the revival of this method is vital for preserving India's rich maritime heritage. So last month, June 2023 current affairs, we came up that there is one maritime museum to be coming up in Gujarat, in Lothal. Okay, so this particular technique or revival of this particular technique will also strengthen the ancient shipbuilding technique of India, or it will showcase to the world the techniques of India. So this example, okay, this particular article, this particular point is given in mains perspective. Please go through it. So the 17th article for the day is recently heat index was released by Indian Meteorological Department. Okay, what this heat index is? There are different cities or highly populated metropolitan cities throughout our country, and these cities are getting increased temperature or because of global warming. Okay, so recently in Rajya Sabha, Union Minister of Earth Sciences is Kiran Rijiju actually informed that heat index, it is heat heat index on experimental basis is now being released by Indian Meteorological Department. Okay, so what this particular heat index will do is it will provide a guidance for warmer regions. It will tell the citizens of India how warmer regions are and where high temperatures are. Okay, so because of that, people can be aware of what is the temperature in our particular city and what are all the precautionary measures which we can take. Okay, so what is the inspiration for coming up with this heat indexes? There is one organization called as National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. This particular organization is an USA based organization, and they come up with something called as heat index equation. Okay, heat index equation which will tell you the heat level or the temperature levels in various cities in United States of America. Okay, as of now, for two cities, one city Bhubaneswar and Ahmedabad, for these two cities, heat index are actually created under the heat action plan by one body called as National Disaster Management Authority. Okay, National Disaster Management Authority. Okay, so many local agencies like Indian Institute of Public Health, these organizations are actually helping National Disaster Management Agency to come up with this heat index for two cities of Bhubaneswar and Ahmedabad. So as of now, on a daily basis, on an everyday basis, every entire country is getting this heat index. Okay, so Indian Meteorological Department is now going to come up with this heat index on a pilot basis throughout the country for various cities. So this particular heat index categorizes temperatures into different levels using different codes. One is this green color, yellow color, orange and red. So these four color codes are given. So green color symbolizes when there is a temperature of less than 35 degrees Celsius. Yellow to symbolize those temperature of with a range of 36 to 45 degrees Celsius. Orange to symbolize those temperature range between 46 to 55 degrees Celsius, and red for those areas which are having a temperature of more than 55 degrees Celsius. So what are the significance of this particular color code or heat indexes? It will help people understand the humidity of the region, the temperature of the region, and with that understanding they can take additional care for themselves. Okay, or any other precautionary measures. Okay, for themselves. So please go through this article. It is a very important article which is released by Ministry of Earth Sciences, uh, which is very important for your group examinations perspective. So the next article which we will be seeing right now is National Geoscience Awards. Okay, this particular award, the heading of the article says National Geoscience Award. This award is issued by the President of India, Madam Draupadi Murmu, to appreciate those individuals or groups who have contributed throughout their lifetime or during their work exceptionally in the field of geoscience. Okay, so as I said earlier, this particular award is issued by the President of India at a ceremony which was held in Rashtrapati Bhavan's Cultural Center, and when it was issued in July 24th, 2023. Okay, so which is the ministry which gives this award? It is given under the Ministry of Mines, Ministry or Union Ministry of Mines. Okay, with the aim of this particular award is to honor those individuals, as I said earlier, to honor those individuals or team for their extraordinary achievements and outstanding contributions in the various fields. Okay, so geoscience is one umbrella term which covers various or wide range of fields. Might as well it will include national natural disasters like landslides, earthquakes, floods, and tsunamis. Okay, these subjects are also a part of your geosciences. The president also said that mining is one of the primary sector of our economy. Mining is one of the primary sector of our economy. In our previous lecture, we came up with a list of critical minerals, okay, under the Ministry of Mines. So please go through that particular list of critical minerals also, because these minerals or mining as a primary sector is vital for the country's economic development. Okay, so during the last few years, President said that there was a many progressive changes which have been brought in the mining sector, and these changes which were brought in the mining sector actually enhances the capacity and productivity in the mining sector. Okay, so President also said that the path of science should be in the path of the development of the nation. Okay, so please go through this particular point or document. Okay, so what is this National Geoscience Award? Since when this particular award was given is given in this particular paragraph. So this particular award was initiated since the year 1966, and as I told you already, it is issued under the Ministry of Mines. Okay, so what all sectors or what all fields come under this particular award is: first is atmospheric sciences or climatology. Second is geology, meaning studying those under the earth. Hydrology, mineralogy, petrology. Petrology is one field or science which studies the rocks, okay, or the formation of rock. There are different formations of rocks, right? Igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rock. So this particular field called as petrology deals with the formation of rocks or the study of rocks. And there is one field called as pedology. This particular science deals with the study of soil or soil formation. Okay, so what this particular award will do is it will encourage geoscientists to strive towards excellence. Okay, it will encourage geoscientists in those in their respective fields. Okay, and all these fields which are mentioned in class 2 of this National Geoscience Awards Regulation 2022. Okay, there is one regulation called as National Geoscience Awards Regulation 2022, and it has something called as clause 2. So all those fields which are mentioned in this class 2 will be coming under the ambit of this particular national award. So what are the broad disciplines which are covered under this particular award? One is mineral discovery and exploration, be it a normal mineral or be it a critical mineral. Okay, might as well mining, mineral beneficiation and sustainable mineral development, basic geosciences and applied geosciences. These are the broad disciplines for which this particular award is being given. Okay, so there are a total of 3 categories. I will be telling you what are all the categories this particular National Geoscience Award is being given by the country's president. First category is lifetime achievement category, and the second category is a normal category, which is National Geoscience Award. The third category is for young geoscientists. Okay, so totally three category. First is for a lifetime achievement, and second is for National Geoscience Award, and the third is for young scientists. Okay, so this particular lifetime achievement award will be given to individual with an exceptionally high lifetime achievement for their significant contribution in this sector or on those disciplines or fields which are mentioned under class 2 of this particular regulation 2022. So what will be given along with the award is they will be given a cash prize of 5 lakh rupees, cash prize of 5 lakh rupees along with a certificate to as a token of appreciation. Okay, the second category or the normal category, it can be given either to an individual or to a team. See, this lifetime achievement category is given only to an individual, but this National Geoscience Award shall be given to individuals or teams for both. Okay, in recognition of their meritorious contribution in any discipline, as again in any discipline which are mentioned in class 2 of this National Geoscience Awards Regulation 2022. Okay, here the prize money is the prize money carries a cash prize of 3 lakh rupees along with a certificate. And if it is a team which wins this particular award, the cash prize will be equally split among all those members of this particular uh, team. Okay, so the third category is Young Geoscientist Award. This Young Geoscientist Award shall be given for outstanding research work in any field to those persons who are below the age of 35 years. Okay, to those persons who are below the age of 35 years, please keep in mind. Okay, here the cash prize is 1 lakh rupee along with the certificate, plus you will also get a grant, a research grant of a total 5 lakh rupees, which you can utilize for a period of 5 years, provided every single year you show progress and it is satisfactory for them that you can further undertake the research. Okay, so the last article for today which we will be discussing right now is this Indian Coast Guard. Okay, so recently there was a new Director General who was appointed for this Indian Coast Guard, and he happened to be the 25th Director General to the Indian Coast Guard, and for that reason this particular article is important. Okay, the name of this Director General is Director General Rakesh Paul. Okay, so he has previously got a few awards from President also, that we will be seeing into, and might as well we will be looking into what is this Indian Coast Guard, and what, when was it launched, under which particular ministry it comes under, we will be seeing it. Okay, so this Rakesh Paul has already been conferred with the prestigious award of Tatrakshik Medal in the year 2013. Might as well in the year 2018 he has all again got this President's Tatrakshak Medal in 2018. Okay, so one mission, please keep in mind, one Coast Guard operation called as Operation Sajag. Operation Sajag. The name of the operation is Operation Sajag, which the Coast Guard conducts every single year for the security purpose on the western coast of India. Okay, so this particular operation is conducted, Operation Sajag is conducted by our Indian Coast Guard. Okay, so few data which we need to know about Indian Coast Guard is, it is one of an armed force which comes under the Ministry of Defence. See, for your for the military service, we have something called as border security force, no, to take care of the borders between India and Pakistan, might as well India and China. In the case of Navy, we have Indian Navy also. In the case of oceans, we have Indian Navy also. Might as well we have something called as Indian Coast Guard, who will work along with the state coastal police hand in hand to take care of the coastal security in the country. Okay, so Indian Coast Guard is an armed force under, as I said earlier, under the Ministry of Defence, who play a crucial role in safeguarding India's maritime interest. See, we have to know from until where India's influence is there in waters. See, if this is the land area and this is the ocean floor, where this is the uh, continental slope, and if this is the continental rise, So from this continental floor, if our ocean starts, for the first 12 nautical miles, for the first 12 nautical miles, it is called as territorial waters, and for the next 12 nautical miles or up to 24 nautical miles, say for example 12 and 12 put together 24 nautical miles, it is called as contiguous zone, and for the next 176 nautical miles, it is called as exclusive economic zone. So India or any country's naval influence can extend up to this 200 nautical miles from your continental slope. Okay, so please keep in mind. So Coast Guard is one of our security agencies who takes care of our marine waters. So this particular Coast Guard was for the first time established formally in the year 1977, based on one act called as Coast Guard Act of 1978, which was enacted by the Parliament. Okay, so as I told you already, the jurisdiction of this Coast Guard is up to the territorial waters. The first 12 nautical miles, the security of the nation in first 12 nautical miles is taken care by Coast Guard, and it can go beyond 200 nautical miles also. Okay, so this Coast Guard or Indian Coast Guard is a maritime law enforcement agency who undertakes this search and rescue operation. If there is any fishing vessel, if Indian fishermen are lost in the Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea, if there is other countries fishermen entering into the territorial waters of our country, then this particular Coast Guard can stop the entry of other incoming vessel, fishing vessel. Okay, so they work in close cooperation with Indian Navy, might as well the Department of Fisheries, the Department of Revenue, Customs Department, so they take care that there is no illegal smuggling of drugs or any illicit articles into our country or from our country to any other country. Might as well there is one body called as Central Armed Police Force, where your Central Industrial Security Force, Sashastra Seema Bal, all these forces come across. So they work in hand with all these agencies, where I have given you a list of. So please go through all these articles which we have discussed today, which might be very important for you for your upcoming Group 1 and Group 2 Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission examination. And with that, we come to an end of part 1 of our July 2023 current affairs. Thank you.